Right, so here today with Sam Lazar of Untouchable Boxing and Fitness.
Yes.
Explain to us what this is.
So we have a small gym based in Santon where we train professional fighters. We also have Cassius Beloya and Scorant, and our focus is not just on having clients that come and train here and get fit, but we're also trying to help the industry grow in terms of young boxers coming into the gym, finding them fights. We have a manager in-house, and yeah, that's basically us in a nutshell.
It's actually like a cool story because Cassius Beloy, everyone knows Cassius Beloy, and you guys have come on board with him and you joined forces. Let's talk about how that happened in the beginning.
So I started training here approximately 4 years ago, and Cassius was the owner of the gym. And slowly but surely we got more involved, and we got involved with the fighters in-house. And so Scorant is also our business partner here. He's our trainer in-house. And as time went on, we started looking for a gym, and we really wanted to open a new gym and create the Untouchable brand. And then Cassius actually approached us, and it became a joint venture where we took over the gym completely, and he is still in-house and he still trains his own clients here. And yeah, that's how the merge began. So Cassius has been here for about 19 years already.
Sure.
That he's used this property, so it's a very well-known space for him. It's like a second home to him, and that's how our merger started. Yeah, but in all honesty, we're very much a family. I'm sure, like you saw inside, it's like
Yes.
It's a family. We all love each other, we all take care of each other. So that's how we got to know Cassius over the years. We've just sort of spent almost every day with him.
So it's a long-term relationship, basically just been made solidified now.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's a long-term relationship that became partnership.
Partnership.
Yeah.
So in terms of the professional boxing, because obviously I cover a lot of the professional boxing, what involvements will you have on the professional boxing side?
So ideally, when my license comes through as a promoter on the 1st of August, we will then host our own fight where we'll get all the other gyms, like your Jody gym, you'll get like Dennis, Flo, hopefully Isaac at some point. That would be great. And we'll actually host fight nights for them where we can help them grow their career, and hopefully our plan is to grow their career internationally, including your younger boxers. So like Tamiwe is one of our boxers here. We'd like to help him grow his international path, because unfortunately here the money isn't as great as what it is like in Russia,
Of course.
So hopefully that path and our partnerships with other gyms and our friendships that we've built with other gyms will help us grow that brand.
So what made you decide to become a promoter? Because a lot of people sort of run away from that opportunity. Maybe just stick to managing, maybe just stick to training. What made you decide to apply for a promoter's license?
Well, I love it. So I love boxing, and I also think that there aren't enough promoters that help up and coming boxers, and I really want to create that opportunity for them where they get nurtured, and where we host fights not once a year, but maybe we do 4 times a year, where it's a consistent opportunity for fighters that they actually can come and train and they're prepared. And hopefully with my other businesses, with marketing, I can help get their names out there and internationally and help them open their paths, because I feel like it's very much stuck right now. Like, we're not having enough fights for our fighters, and our fighters are incredible. They just need the opportunity.
So how's it going to work at your promotions once obviously everything happens? Is it you work with certain fighters, or are you open to working with some other fighters that you don't even know of yet?
Yes, 100%. I'm open to any fighters. I mean, as long as they have a good history and they're willing to put their heart out there, because that's really what it is that when you go into the ring, you fight with your heart. So as long as a fighter is prepared to give that love back to the game,
Yeah.
and that they have learned from their past but are willing to create a future, they're more than welcome to come and train here. I mean, like I said earlier, we have a manager in-house, and if they have their own manager and they just want to come train here, that's fine too, as long as we can create that partnership between us and other fighters and other gyms.
And how do they get in touch with your brand, with your gym? Where do they contact? Let's put it that way.
So we do have an Instagram page. It's Untouchable Boxing, and I can also just give my phone number.
Sure.
So it's 082-463-3288, and they can just send me a WhatsApp if they want to come and try it out. If they want to come meet Cass, do a session with Cass, come do a session with Scorant, come to one of our classes in the afternoon, or actually just come train with our fighters. So our fighters train daily at 10, where they just do a bit of bags, they do fitness, so that if there is an opportunity, if a fight comes along, they need to be ready, not get ready just like a week before the fight.
Correct, yeah. It's supposed to be like a proper one. Okay, the other thing is, how did you rate my session with Cassius Beloy? Because I went in the ring with him and I thought I did okay. Why to go in with Cassius Beloy? Can't wait for this one.
You did okay, considering you haven't trained for so long. You did great.
You.
And Cass, in all honesty, is like one of the best trainers. Within a minute, I mean, I train every day, 7 days a week. I do a minute with Cassius and I'm like lying on the floor dying, but you did really good.
Thanks. I'm going to show obviously some of that footage as well. But how do the other guys get on with Cassius? I mean, the professional boxers, do they enjoy his training sessions?
Oh yes, they love it. And you know, when Cassius trains a fighter, it's very different to what you had in the ring. He is so
intense.
Passionate. He stops them with every move. He watches their feet. He is just so passionate that he'll help them with their hands and their movements and just everything. He's just so analytical. It's absolutely incredible. So the fighters love coming to train with him. I mean, he's also actually gone to the Roy Jones Junior Gym and he goes and helps and stands and supports them, and you know, he's just so passionate about it. And when a fighter comes to train with him, it's like a light is set off inside him. He's just, you can just see the change. He just loves it. And I think it's also because of his history.
Yes.
It's such an opportunity for the fighter to train with Cassius, you know, you can't get away from his past and his history.
Do you think that in this gym one of the goals is maybe to build the next Cassius Beloy, or is it just to sort of help a lot of people? What is the goal?
Well, I would love to build the next. I would love to have another Cassius Beloy, right? You could, if you find the right person, you could definitely help them. And Cassius, as old as he's getting, he's still got it, hey? He's still got the game. So he would definitely be able to help us build a young Cass, get him overseas, get him fighting, you know. I mean, he could definitely be that person. But I would also same breath, I'd really like to help more people, because it is the talent is insane. And, you know, especially with kids, if you find that passion in a kid, you need to nurture it. Otherwise they'll just stop, because nobody's pushing them that little bit further, you know, and helping them see what the goal is. So I think it's a bit of both, really.
So if you come through with this, we're assuming that if the promoter's license will come through, when would you be looking to put on a tournament? Or are you allowed to say that yet?
Yeah, well, look, I've said anyway. So I'd really like to host it in August. So everything, I've already planned everything. Obviously, depending on if it does come through on the 1st of August, then it will just happen.
Yeah.
And then also because of COVID, we have to be very careful, in terms of numbers and how many people we're allowed in. And so the first event will be a box and dine night, where it's just a nice fun evening where we have dinner and just have a bit of laughter, meet all the fighters, and then we'll obviously have a tournament that evening.
And obviously, I saw on social media Arnold Lubisi was at the gym, I think, as well, and
yes.
he comes through and trains this side. What's happening with him? What's next for him?
So he does have a fight coming up on the 30th of July in Mpumalanga. So he is training really hard. He'll hopefully come up to us probably at the beginning of next month, beginning of July, and he'll come and stay with us and do a camp at our gym with Cass and train with him. We're behind him all the way. Hey, my heart is there with him. Yeah. He's an incredible fighter. So hopefully the next one he's got in the bag. Just train hard, keep your head down, and move forward. Hey.
That's the thing. Okay, so for you, I mean, now with the gym, are you going to be stationed here? Are you opening up any new franchises? Because I know with gym owners, there's always a future goal with gyms. Anything like that?
Well, we'd really like to open other gyms, within Johannesburg, but also when you look at Cape Town and Durban, so that not just our fighters, but also our clients, if they go to Durban for a weekend, they can actually just go use that gym.
Right.
So ideally, we would like to grow the gym to also help the trainers because then we can have more trainers, right?
Right.
And
And help more areas as well.
100%. So we'd like to, our next area we're looking at is actually Rosebank. Hopefully that will happen sooner than later. And then we'd like to look at more Centurion side and
That's pretty
branch out. Not become too commercialized, make sure it still
cool.
stays
The quality's got to be there.
family. Like
Yeah.
it needs to always be a family, and you have to feel at home in our gym. I mean, the other day I forgot my shoes at home and I trained in my slippers, and my clients didn't even notice. Like they didn't care. So it's just really nice. Like trainers and like our clients, like a family. So wherever we relocate and open another gym, that is our number one goal.
Yeah.
It has to stay like that.
And a quick shout out to Warren LaRue. Actually put me on to you and got this interview sorted. It's a quick shout out to him. How do you know Warren?
So I actually work with Warren. I know Warren through NGL, where we work with our transport business.
Okay.
And it was just coincidental that I went there one day very excited to tell them that we had taken over the boxing gym, and then I found out about him and his history and his fighting history. So it just tied up. It worked.
It worked, and we are here. Anything lastly do you want to add?
No, I think I'm good. I love boxing, and I really hope that we can help a lot of fighters get out there, and we can help a lot of fighters get fights.
Yeah.
And just, help other like schools, help kids train, help them let go of their energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.